How's everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday. Now get ready for tomorrow. Powell going on the microphone. Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. Started. Why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. Yo, mic check. Let me make sure the volume's coming in. Yep. How's everyone doing? 8:01 p.m. You're late by 1 minute. Shut up. I'm here. That's all that matters. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you had a wonderful day. I had another red day, but it was a small red day. Things didn't go my way. I was trying to short NVIDIA. NVIDIA was just stuck in a box, and I was a little upset for the rest of the day, so I just kind of stopped trading after that. Because I felt my emotions coming in the way. Don't want to be trading if you're trading emotionally. So just step back from the market. Just sit back, coded, watch some YouTube videos. So I had a relaxed day with a small little red day and just kind of moved on and getting ready for tomorrow, basically. Getting ready for tomorrow. But as I'm getting ready for tomorrow, the watch list doesn't look so hot. We don't have as many names as much we want on the watch list for us to prepare for, which usually means that the stocks that we might have to trade will possibly be set up in the pre-market. They might have a catalyst in the pre-market. There might be some small cap names that we might have to indulge in, which is usually not the way I like it to be. But we still have some names that we do need to take a look over before we go into tomorrow, which are stocks that are reporting after hours today, such as RH, which is Restoration Hardware previously, and also Adobe making a nice pop to the upside after their earnings report today. We'll dive deeper into their earnings report, find out exactly why it is their stock went up so much higher today. And along with that, we have a couple stocks reporting couple stocks that are IPOing tomorrow, so we'll dive deeper into those IPO stocks, and then just basically going back through all the other names that we always take a look at, such as GME, Apple, Amazon, Google, QQQ, and so on. So if you guys are ready for that, that's pretty much all I have in my watch list for tomorrow. So most likely a short stream, but I'll try to keep you guys entertained for for about an hour or so, see if I can stretch the content for an hour. But if it doesn't last an hour, which usually what I would like the streaming content to be for trading, you know why. But before we go on to the main screen over here, let me quickly take a look at the chat. We got the Twitch chat, we got the X chat. Say hello if you're watching me on those platforms. Don't be a stranger. We got Dieter and TH on the YouTube chat at the moment. Your resemblance to Elon is uncanny. I don't know if you're being funny or you actually mean that. I guess like in the thumbnail, because of the AI picture and so on, the YouTube thumbnail, it does look a little pretty close enough, but that's because I picked the image that looks better than the one that looks more like me. But that's the idea behind the face swap and so on. But I appreciate it. You bet against Nvidia? It's #1. I know, I was trying to short Nvidia. I mean, it would have worked, but it also wouldn't have worked. So it's not like, the longs would have worked, the shorts would have worked, and Nvidia was just kind of boxed in a range today. It was pretty boring, honestly. The market was very boring, if you ask me. Shareholders approved Elon's pay package. That is right, and that is pretty much the name of the game for tomorrow. Tesla, Elon, catalyst. Actually, let's dive into the full screen. Let's head over to the full screen right now and start off with showing you guys the earnings board. The earnings board very dead. We got Adobe, we got Restoration Hardware, and a bunch of other stocks that I basically never traded in my life and don't intend to do so now. Besides that, as I mentioned earlier, we have a couple stocks that are coming out with IPO tomorrow. So TEM, TLX, looking forward to see how they set up for us tomorrow. Oracle, a stock that reported this week with earnings, set up for a nice move today. If you were patient enough for the longs over there, Oracle set up for a great move yesterday for a day 1 move. So any day 3 opportunities on this boomer tech name will be interesting to see if we can get into that position over there. GME, a new update from our boy Roaring Clown, who I guess, is now once again becoming a roaring whale. We'll dive deeper into that over here as to what exactly is going on with that GME update, and then the rest of the watch list is basically the stocks that I always like to track and see how they're moving around, which are the Magnificent Seven, and along with the sprinkle of some of the what do you call these, semiconductor names, Bitcoin, and the ETFs themselves directly. So let's start at the top of the list with Adobe. As I said already, Adobe made a nice pop to the north side today after hours on the earnings report. But what I want to see real quick is where are some of the levels on the daily chart. So here's the previous earnings move high. So this seems to be the earnings reaction where we drop to the downside. I think I remember this earnings reaction actually. So drop into the downside and then giving it a little bit of a relief rally, shorts taking profits, whatever you want to call it, more buyers coming in, either or. Giving it a relief rally, popping up into this little high, and that high is pretty interesting to me. So if we get above that high in the after hours today, and if we pull back to this area tomorrow, show some support, that'll be great. But if the stock rejects off of this area, I think this little double pocket over here into $500 almost, I think that line is around $496, $497. You can basically pull that up to $497 to $500 on Adobe to see if that area holds up on any sort of pullback. And then obviously we have this gap fill over here, the previous earnings reaction gap fill, where the stock has to go to all the way $568 to see if there's any buyers above that area for Adobe. So let's quickly go check out the chart on the 5-minute chart. Ooh, look at that. $524 or so. We actually popped all the way straight directly into that area and then consolidated a little bit, showed that there was still a lot of buying compared to the amount of selling that was pouring in. So the market popped up a little bit more. I shouldn't say market, the stock, the instrument popped up a little bit more, but eventually kind of settled back over here. So it is interesting to see that this 523 area that we just marked out, I'm guessing that's this line over here. It is. So this previous earnings move high is now being treated as a support, which is exactly what we want to see, because that opens up a possibility for the stock to make a move towards that gap close or even higher. But is that earnings report actually supporting the catalyst, supporting the move? Is the catalyst supporting the move, which we are seeing at the moment on Adobe? And for that, we're gonna, hello, what am I doing? And for that, we're gonna pull in our good friend Benzinga. Go check out Benzinga, link in the description below. If you're watching me on YouTube, what's the stock we're watching for? Adobe. If you're watching me on YouTube, the link is below in the description for Benzinga. If you're watching me on Twitter or on Twitch, the link is in my bio. Amazing platform. I use it for tools. They have a Squawk and a bunch of other amazing platform for scanning, for charting, just you name it. Okay, Adobe reporting earnings today after hours. Let's go look at the numbers over here. Coming in with 5.31 billion compared to the estimates of 5.29, so barely beating the estimates really, but beating it at the end of the day nevertheless. Earnings per share coming in at 4.48 per share compared to the estimates of 4.39, so nice little beat on that side too. Adobe has now beaten analyst estimates on both top and bottom line in 6 consecutive quarters according to Benzinga Pro. Total revenue up 10% on a year-to-year basis. Remaining performance obligations were 17.86 billion at the end of the quarter. Cash flows from the operations total to 1.94 billion in the second quarter. Adobe noted that it repurchased approximately 4.6 million shares during that period. Adobe achieved record revenue of 5.31 billion during the driven by strong growth across Creative Cloud, Document Cloud, I don't even know what that is, and Experience Cloud. I'm pretty sure Dieter has a pretty good idea about what these are, maybe, because he's a big Adobe user. Our highly differentiated approach to AI and innovative product delivery are attracting an expanding universe of customers and providing more value to existing users. I mean, I am one of those said users who uses their AI software for creating thumbnails. Obviously, I use it at a very minute scale compared to what some of these big Photoshoppers, is that the word that you call them? I don't know what you call them, but the people who use software like Photoshop, Illustrator, designers, right? The designers and the artists out there who use their software, they go crazy with their AI, and I've seen some of the capabilities that they can bring out of the software. So I'm very bullish about Adobe's AI at the end of the day. Adobe also introduced full year 2024 guidance. Let's take a look at that one. Hold up. Outlook. Adobe expects third quarter revenue to be between the range of 5.3 to 5.33 to 5.38 billion versus the estimates of 5.03. Now that's a big boost. You can see how the low end is actually 0.3 billion higher than what the estimate is. Now let's take a look at the EPS. EPS is coming in around 4.5 to 4.55 versus the estimates of 4.17. That's also huge. The low end of that range on their estimate is well above the overall estimate from the market consensus. So that's a pretty good indication also. Adobe also introduces full year 2024 guidance. The company expects full year revenue to be between 21.4 billion and 21.5 billion versus the estimates of 19.98 billion. Once again, same story. Adobe sees full year adjusted earnings in the range of 18 to 18.20 per share versus the estimates of 16.78, beating the EPS for the full year by almost a whole dollar. So shout out to Adobe over here if they actually manage to pull off these numbers, or even, you know, pull in a little bit higher than what they estimated. That'd be insane. Overall, Adobe was down 23% year to date, but at the time of the report, Adobe jumped up by 14.39%. That could have been a little bit more. It was at 14.39% at $524. You already saw that stock a little bit higher than that on, let me just quickly go to the 5-minute chart here. You saw the stock trickle a little bit higher than that, almost going to 540. So as for some levels that we are most likely going to be looking out for, I'm going to put it in my notes over here for Adobe. As for support, I would first like to watch this 524 523.80, 524 area. I'm just gonna put 524. Under 524, I'm gonna be patiently waiting to see how the stock reacts at 500. If it's not holding 524, I don't want to test any longs before 500. I'm just gonna be patient, let the dips come in around this double top on the daily chart, show me that there is buying. However, that double top is at 496, 497, so you might want to kind of give it that little bit of leniency, that little bit of wiggle room for it to go through. How did this program just open up? I haven't used this program in so long. That's so crazy. Okay, so very interested to see how Adobe sets up. If we do pull back to 500 and we don't hold 500, then that earnings report, that 10% growth year to year, that amazing EPS estimates, going above estimates for the next year, going above estimates for their next quarter, all of that is almost bullshit at that point, right? So we should not see the stock below technically 525, but if it is below 524, 525, 500 is the next spot, and if it's under 500, there's almost no more longs for me on Adobe at all. All right, let's look for resistances now for Adobe. As we already saw in the after hour, around $540. It was technically 537 if I remember correctly. Let's go back to the 5-minute chart. Yeah, 537.38. But I'm gonna just give it that $3 range. I mean, the stock has a $11.41 ATR, and it's got about a 3 million share average volume on a 30-day scale, which is actually not a lot for a stock whose price is $500, $600. That means the spread's almost going to be, you know, 2 points, 3 points at a time. Tomorrow with the higher R vol, which is a relative volume, with more volume coming into play because the stock has an active catalyst, a catalyst that's actually positive, and has some substance behind it, it looks like. So if it has that substance and that juice behind it, we should not see the stock go down. The spread might be a little bit tighter, but don't expect it to be like Tesla or Nvidia tight or anything. So you need to be able to give the stock a $2, $3 room sometimes, depending on where you're entering and blah 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 blah. So watching Adobe without a doubt. But as for the resistance, 537 to 540 as the first level, and then above that we have that beautiful gap close, previous earnings low before the earnings reaction comes in. The previous earnings low, which was around 570, is probably where we are headed to if the stock has that 2 ATR, 3 ATR worthy of a move behind it. But I don't think that we are that far away from going into 570 on a swing term scale, on a swing term basis. So I think we are marching towards that price on a swing term scale easily. So watching Adobe, we actually got a message in our Twitter chat. Give a shout out to your biggest fan, Tasha, says Black Ops Trading. What's up, Black Ops? What's up, Tasha? How are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show, getting ready for all the fun movers, all the fun games that we're going to play on the stock market tomorrow. Hopefully they don't stink on the stonk market. RH, also a stock that reported today after hours. Time to pull in Benzinga? No, let me chart it first. RH is a stock that does a lot less volume on the daily chart. Look at the on the daily chart, on a 30-day average. On a 30-day average, the stock does barely above 500,000 shares. Seems to have brought in about 1.4 million shares today, probably because it's going into earnings, or the program's probably calculating the earnings move over here and the volume that the earnings move brought in overall. But I'm almost certain that, you know, the stock will probably not do more than 2.5 to 3 million shares tomorrow. I'm almost certain about that. But I am interested to see how the stock sets up. Now, on a quick glance, we did see it go down. Now, look at that. I mean, do I have like a... I need like an explosion emoji, like... because that's what I'm doing over here, baby. I'm giving you guys amazing charting capabilities. We just threw that line down for you, and if you go into the daily chart, look, or sorry, 5-minute chart, that stock basically bounced what is that, 16 cents away from that line. Insane bounce over there on I almost called it Robin Hood, on RH Restoration Hardware off this previous daily chart consolidation low. If for any reason we get under this price tomorrow and we continue nosediving tomorrow, that's gonna open up a lot more room on a swing term basis on the stock. Or is this area going to be a false break, right? You might get an opportunity to get long in this area tomorrow on some sort of a false break. You'll watch the stock go down, maybe go into 230, and then after breaking 230 slightly, it will just, spam itself all the way right back to the north side. Not that I don't think it will go back down later on a swing term basis, but usually that's how stocks move, right? But it's very important to go take a look at the earnings report, because that is going to be the decider as to how possibly the stock could move. Not exactly how the stock will move, because we don't have a crystal ball to know exactly what the future is going to entail, but reading the report could give us a little bit of an idea of how the market could move. But we have to remind ourselves every time, we are just day traders. We're not analysts, right? We're not analysts, we're just day traders. Our job is to, however, analyze some of this data and look for a trading setup, look for a trading pattern on which we can make money on, something that we've back tested, something that our statistics prove that we actually can make money on, and so on. All right. RH shares are falling after the company reported 40 cents per share, which missed the analyst estimates of oh my goodness, that's insane. Reported a loss of 40 cents per share compared to the analyst estimates a loss of 12 cents per share. Quarterly sales came in at 726 million, which beat the analyst estimates. That's good, of 724 million. Not bad, 725 million, let's say, and they bought in 727 million, and is a 1.65 decrease from sales from last year. That is a bad thing. Demand, however, was up 3% in the quarter, slightly below the company's guidance, which Restoration Hardware attributed to softening growth as interest rates exceeded 7%. We are pleased to report that our demand trends inflicted positive in the first quarter and continued to build momentum despite operating in the most challenging housing market in 3 decades. We believe our investment in the most prolific product transformation and platform expansion in our history has positioned RH to gain significant market share in North America while building the foundation for long-term global expansion across the United Kingdom, Europe, Australia, and the Middle East over the next several years. RHC second quarter demand growth in the range of 9 to 10% and revenue growth of between 3 to 4%. The company expects demand growth in the range of 12 to 14% and the revenue growth to be between 8 to 10% on a year-to-year basis. RH forecasted it will end the year with the increased backlog of approximately 110 to 130 million due to revenue lagging demand throughout the fiscal 2024. So all of this over here, at the end of the day, all it comes down to, honestly, you can sum it with one or two words: interest rates, right? Restoration Hardware, what do? They supply you with home renovation stuff and so on. And if people are not going out there buying new homes because interest rates are ridiculously high at the moment, the chances are people are not going out there renovating their new homes, right? Because not enough new homes are being sold, and people are also being careful with their spending because interest rates are so high, inflation's so high, everything's going up in prices. People are not renovating their existing homes right now as it is, as they want to save their money, as spending power has gone down by quite a bit. So because of all those conditions, RH clearly has, as we just see the numbers, has taken quite a bit. But if the interest rates start to change going forward from here, interest rates start going lower, those are good things for RH. Those are good things for RH. Not that I'm pleading for a case for the stocks long today or tomorrow. I'm just kind of getting you ready for a possible trade later on in the future when the interest rates start changing. You got to think about RH at that point, not just about the QQQ, not just about the S&P 500. RH could possibly give you an amazing dip buy opportunity where the stock is, I'm just throwing shit out over here, just picking shit up and throwing it at the wall at the moment. But imagine RH breaks below 200 and is as near near $85 because interest rates keep on going higher. But once interest rates start changing, that looks like a great spot to get long on RH. Previously, the stock was at $700, bringing in crazy amounts of money. Not, how many consecutive quarters of green was that? And obviously, as soon as the market starts to go into turmoil a little bit, the recession talks start to come in, the stock takes a beating with the rest of the market and doesn't really recover for obvious reasons. So looking to see how the stock sets up tomorrow. If you actually pull back on the daily chart, look how big of a level that 209 area is. Don't think we actually see 209 area coming into play tomorrow, 207, 209 area. But let's say 237.50 actually doesn't hold tomorrow. Come on. Then I think we easily go down to 200. If 237 doesn't hold tomorrow, I think we easily go down to 200 on a swing term scale. Look for that long on that daily chart support right there. Bang, 207 area. So watching RH, keep in mind though, very low volume. Very low volume. This one's spread is going to be thinner than Adobe. Thinner than Adobe. Oof. All right. Some of my food is trying to creep back up over here. Let's go to do some research, or do I talk about GME? I think I talk about GME. Let's go look at the chat real quick. Momo, I am infuriated. Okay, damn, I almost did not read that properly. I'm infuriated with what Ford was at. I thought that the PPI would drive it up. When it went against me, I took a loss, then re-enter it, trying to test the 1185 bottom, and got more red because it was just chopped. Market was just chopped, Momo. You can't do much about that. Market was just chopped. With today's day trade and the downside last week, so my account lost 6% value. I'm not sure if full account is green or red at the moment. Don't look at it on day to day. Look at it as week to week, month to month, year to year. Day to day doesn't really matter. Day to day doesn't really matter. Hit the like button, everyone. Yes, Rashid. No, I'm joking. Rashad. Thank you, brother. Victoria's in the house. What's up, Vic? How's your night? Hopefully you had a wonderful day today. Killed it on the market. Richard, I'm just here for the last 10 minutes of chess. OG dude right there. That's the man. That's the guy I love right there. I'm sorry, chat, but you guys usually leave. Well, not TH and not Dieter, but Richard. That guy's special. He has a special place in my heart. All right. Let's talk about GME. Let's talk about GME while we're still talking about the stock market at the moment, and that way we don't have to go do some research. So, I saw this tweet today, this headline, that Keith Gill, also known as Roaring Kitty, has sold all his GME call options and now owns 9 million shares of the company. He exercised about 40,000 call options and sold another 80,000, making a profit and increasing his stake in GameStop. His average cost per share is $23.41, and he is currently up by $51 million. This move has made him the 4th largest shareholder of GameStop shares. And this is the update. Just in case you guys don't believe it, we can go directly to his Reddit account where he always updates people on. So here's his position. He has no more options. The 120,000 call options that expire on next week, June, next week, Friday, are no longer existent. He converted some of them into options. He converted some of those options into shares. He previously only had 5 million shares. But now, after exercising some of those options and taking profits on some of those options, he converted some of that money, 174 million to 210 million, right? 174 million to 210 million bank account. And then now his total position on GME coming into 9 million shares, which makes him the 4th largest shareholder. How crazy would it be? My manager and some of us at the floor at my trading floor today, we're talking, and my managers kind of threw this out. How crazy would it be if the GME board members, the shareholders, appoint Roaring Kitty as a board member? They give him a little special seat on the board member to sit in the corner, and he represents basically the apes and the YOLO holders, the stockholders. But overall, what a power move, right? People were worried that he was dumping out of his position and exiting, but he was basically converting his position into a bigger position, kind of a share position, basically. Now he can technically write options and collect premium. His average price is $23.41. He can write options for absolute lunatics that the stock's gonna go to $50, $60, $70, and if it doesn't go there next week, and he can do this week by week by week, right? If it doesn't go there next week, any sucker who bought that option call just gave him free $2, and he can go buy McDonald's with that, right? So he can possibly just do options writing at this point, collect more premium over there if he's smart enough on how to do that. Clearly, he seems like he's smart enough on how to do that. But now, a big shareholder. Will be funny to see if he ends up being a board seat member somewhere down the road. So shout out to GME. GME obviously also finished its big 75 million sale that they wanted to do quite a long time ago. I think actually yesterday they finished that, if I remember correctly, or the day before that. I can't remember anymore. I think it was yesterday. Right? They finished that, still got sold at the end of the day. Today, GME actually had a conference call, and that might have helped them out a little bit. Not sure what they spoke on the conference call. I tried to find the link for it, could not find it, so no bueno for me on that side. End of the day, nice little move to the upside. Let's see if this conversion of options into shares and showing that you now own now you are the fourth largest shareholder of the company. Is that enough of a juice, enough of a catalyst for the rest of the market, for the rest of the apes to trickle into this position one more time and try to rally it back up? So that's going to be a possibility for us to keep an eye out for. GME, keep your eyes peeled. Did I talk about Oracle just yet? I think I talked about Oracle briefly on the intro, but here we can talk about Oracle now. So here's the day one move. Here's the day two move. Day two move was kind of a nothing burger. We tried to rip up, we pulled back, we bounced, and then we pulled back and we bounced again. But it was kind of a nothing burger move almost, and honestly a red day. So if a day two move was expected, you should have bounced off of this area, reclaimed today's VWAP, walked higher, and broke today's high, even gone higher and higher and higher, and maybe pulled back and closed into today's previous high, or maybe even closed all the way into a new all-time high. But because this move wasn't really that great, yeah, they're growing, 10, 8%, whatever the number is, but and yeah, they have a partnership with OpenAI and Google and so on. But when the day two move is not good and the day two move doesn't help the stock be green, I am not as interested really for a day three move, but I will keep an eye on this position nevertheless. Let's see if Oracle can give us some sort of a trade near that this earnings anchored VWAP of $138, $140, and then break back up or something. Let's see if Oracle sets up for some sort of a possibility. Apple, as I said, I don't think Apple will sustain yesterday's move. If it does, that would be insane. We did get a little bit of a sell-off, a failure to follow through from yesterday's move and sell off right off the open. I guess off the open we popped up, and then later on we sold off. But overall, pretty much flat day for Apple. We're up 0.5% on the day. Not really anything. You could even look at the QQQ. QQQ had a very much of a nothing burger move. It looked like we were going to have a good sell-off day today, a good move back to the downside, but that got negated right away when the market bounced from yesterday's VWAP. And then when we pull into today's VWAP, we get rejected from today's VWAP. And then we go into yesterday's VWAP, we get bought right back up from yesterday's VWAP. And then we go into today's VWAP, we just basically do nothing. So the market just kind of chopped around and was very snooze fest, if you ask me, compared to what it looked like in the last few days. I mean, even FOMC day was insane, which is actually crazy. Thank you to CPI. But I mean, I guess one thing that we could be happy about is the fact that the market bounced off of yesterday's anchored VWAP, which is showing you that, hey, even if sellers are coming into this all-time high, that buying that we saw last Friday or whatever Friday that the Morgan Stanley rebalance was, right? Whenever that rebalance came into play, the end of last month, basically, ever since then, every single dips have just been getting bought up. So I'm almost, confident that sellers are worried at this point, because every single dip just keeps getting bought up. But it's insane. The market's at all-time highs, guys, and interest rates are not going down just yet. Are you guys pricing in interest rate cuts already before they even happen? And when the interest rate cuts happen, you're just gonna sell the news so hard where we just crash? Like, what's the goal here on the stock market? What's the goal? I would have maybe expected a little bit more compression in this range over here, but breaking out and then kind of looking to keep breaking out looks crazy to me. So we'll see what happens tomorrow as we go into a Friday options expiry, usually a big event for semiconductor stocks such as Nvidia, but this was when it was $1,000 stock. Let's see if Nvidia post split being $120, $130 position, if it's going to have some activity after the split, or not the split, on a Friday for some sort of options based trade over here for Nvidia. So looking forward to seeing how semiconductor stocks set up, such as ARM, which also rallied to the upside today, Micron, TSM, and maybe even AMD, just to throw some sprinkle of AMD into my watch list, as I always like to keep an eye on what AMD does. Along with some of these stocks over here, we are forgetting the main stock to talk about, which is Tesla. In pre-market, Tesla came out with a little bit of a rumor, or I should say maybe Elon came out with a rumor that he believes the shareholders are going to pass the vote. Later on in the day, we actually get the update that the vote gets passed. So the stock, or maybe it was in the pre-market that the vote gets passed, news gets sent out. Either way, Elon is now a bigger shareholder of Tesla. He controls more Tesla shares. He controls more of the company. He's now the supreme overlord, if you want to call him that. You guys already know how much I rally for him, so I'm very happy. Here's an actually interesting thing. Look how much Tesla bounced off of yesterday's VWAP. I mean, it just simply did not get below that. That is beautiful. Look how many chances you had to just continue, keep getting long. Even on this fail break a low a day over here, going into the close and then after hours, just not able to get below this 182, 182 area. So I'm just going to quickly put in that 182 to 180 area on my notes over here on Tesla to keep an eye out for. Pretty interesting. We got to keep an eye out for this stock tomorrow nevertheless, because that catalyst might give us some juice. Tesla has been stuck in a box for quite some time. It's time to break out. It's time to get a move like Apple on the stock. Let's get a move like Apple. Come on. Back-to-back rallies days, taking Apple to the #1 spot as the largest publicly traded company. Let's take Tesla a little bit closer to that spot. Now, it's time for IPO research. So let's go to IPO calendar. Shout out to NASDAQ.com, no affiliation. Shout out to NASDAQ.com for this one. Tempest AI is the only one realistically I was looking out for, but my manager mentioned Telix Pharmaceuticals, I believe, TLX. I mean, that one doesn't look big. That one doesn't look big. That one doesn't look big. Telix doesn't look that big. I mean, it is 200 million, but Do we really care about 200 million IPOs? But if my manager says he did his research on it and it looks good, then I kind of want to see what about it looks so good. Telix Pharmaceuticals is a commercial stage biopharmaceutical company focused on the development and the commercialization of therapeutic and diagnostics radiopharmaceuticals. Our mission is to be the global leader in radiopharmaceuticals by combining therapeutic and diagnostic modalities for the benefit of patients. An innovative precision medicine concept generally referred to as Bruh. Come on. Really? Theranos? I guess, but if it is referred to Theranostics, and I guess Theranostics is where Theranos comes from. For those of you who know Theranos, shout out to you. If you don't know Theranos, you might want to do your research a little bit. Get educated, son. Get educated. We have an extensive pipeline of theranostic radiopharmaceutical product candidates with a focus in urological oncology, prostate, and kidney. Thank God they put that because I had no clue what the hell that was. Neuro-oncology, glioma, musculoskeletal oncology, sarcoma, and bone marrow conditioning. Is this basically like cancer? Our theranostic approach is intended to use imaging and therapy together to see and treat cancer and rare diseases, to both better inform treatment decisions and deliver personalized therapy for patients. Okay, 415 employees. That's it. IPO date. Okay, we saw that. Founded in 2015, an Australian company, a company down under, mate. Hopefully tomorrow it doesn't go down under, right? But a company from the down under. Let's see how their numbers look. TLX has a market capital of around 4 billion, enterprise value of 3.98 billion, basically 4 billion. Shares outstanding, 341 million shares outstanding, and they are offering 17 million shares to the public market. PE ratio of $190. That means they're making money. That's good for them. But a PE ratio of 190 is insane. For example, PE of Nvidia, which people say is already crazy, it's colored in red for a reason, is 75. Price to earnings ratio for TLX, how do you call this company? Telix is 190. What was the number we just saw there? 190. That's insane. But okay, that means they make money though. Shout out to them. EV earnings, EV sales, return on investment. Okay, profitable on that side. Cash flow in the last 12 months, operating cash flow was 17 million and capital expenditures was around 10 million, giving them 7 million cash flow in the last 12 months. Gross margin 62%, operating margins 8%, and profit margins 5.5%. Like I said, they're making money and those numbers are basically agreeing with us. In the last 12 months, TLX had a revenue of 386 million and earned 21.26 million in profits, giving it an earnings per share of 0.06. So they're barely making money, I guess, but making money nevertheless. And the rest of the numbers are basically all not available because it's a brand new IPO. So pretty interesting, but that is screwed. Their revenue growth is 213% year to year. Now that could be something that's very outstanding over there. That could be something that even though their PE might be ridiculously high, because of 200% growth year over year. Now we're talking about Nvidia numbers over here, right? Nvidia numbers, 200% growth year to year. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your name is, right? It doesn't matter what your PE is. PE is just a number for mathematicians to complain about on Kramer's show or on CNBC. It doesn't matter what your PE is. So let's see if the stock can get some sort of attraction tomorrow. If it dips into 1150, $12.50, $11 off the IPO. Honestly, I'm gonna expect the stock to open above 12, maybe into $12.50, around $13 tomorrow. Opens into 12, dips into 12.50, maybe, sorry, opens into 12, maybe dips into 11.50, shows some size on 11.50, gives you an amazing long opportunity because you're showing 200% growth year to year. So that was the point that my manager mentioned, that both the companies had amazing growth year to year, so they could set up for some good trading opportunities. So going to the second company that we have on watch over here into the IPO list, Tempest AI. Now that should get some ears ringing already. AI, ding 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 ding, right? AI, always very interesting anytime so that those two letters are used over there. Apple Intelligence, right? Apple Intelligence. Is it thundering outside? Oh shit, I'm scared. So they are growing 65% year to year, not 200% like Nvidia, right? Not 200% like the previous company we just mentioned, like Telix, but growth year to year is good. Let's go take a look at exactly what this company does. Tempest AI endeavors to unlock the true power of precision medicine by creating intelligent diagnostics through the particle application of artificial intelligence in healthcare. Intelligence diagnostics use AI, including generative AI, to make laboratory tests more accurate, tailored, and personal. To accomplish this, we built the Tempest platform, which comprises both the technology platform to free healthcare data from silos and an operating system to make the resulting data useful. Our proprietary technology has allowed us to amass what we consider to be one of the largest libraries of clinical and molecular oncology data in the world. We have launched a suite of different products derived from our platform, which have gained significant traction over the past 5 years. To date, our offerings have been used by approximately 95% of the largest public pharmaceutical companies. That is insane. Now, that is a great number if that's true. So 95% of the publicly traded pharmaceutical companies apparently use Tempest AI software to help create better products. Okay, let's go find out their financials and their statistics a little bit. So the company is worth about 5.9 billion, but on paper enterprise value about 6.3 billion. They're offering 11.1 billion shares to the market. Their shares outstanding is 165 million shares. PE ratio not available because they don't make money. So let's go dive deeper into that side. In the past 12 months, Tempest AI paid taxes of this much. I don't care about that. Gross margin 54%, operating margin minus 34%, and profit margins coming in at minus 52%. And even then, I think it's bullish. Just because of the AI name in it and the fact that they serve 95% of publicly traded companies and the fact that they're growing year to year, I think it's bullish. In the last 12 months, operating cash flow was negative 249 million and capital expenditures coming in at negative 34 million, giving a free cash flow of negative 283 million. Please tell me you're not in debt. Okay, it's not that bad. The company has $94 million in cash. They're $500 million in debt. Not good numbers. And they generate about $250 million in a year. Well, let's see actually how much their revenue is. About half. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. So they do generate $500 million, but their expenditures and their everything else on their other side just not looking good. So they're in quite a bit of debt. So at this point, I'm kind of worried about how bullish I want to be about this company. Obviously, it all depends on what the stock does. It is currently expected to open in the price range of $35 to $37 compared to what our notes over here say for TEM. Oh, it does say 35 to 37. Okay, they updated over here too. So TEM expected to open in the price range of $35 to $37. Possibly could open up above 40 tomorrow. If it opens up anywhere higher than $42, $45, I am going to be a little hesitant on the long. But if it opens up like closer to $35 to $37, I'll be looking for the long, especially if the market's booming to the north side also. So keep an eye out for these two positions. The tickers are TEM and TLX. So once again, TEM and TLX. As for the market, I honestly, I have no clue what to expect. The economic calendar possibly could give us a little bit of help tomorrow around 8:30. We have import export. We have import export prices coming in. The Michigan numbers coming in at 10 o'clock. That could possibly move the market. But besides that, we don't really have anything. The markets are not really looking that strong at the moment. But I mean, I'm wrong by even saying that because they got bought right back up at yesterday's VWAP. So there is juice, but only in the premium areas. Not enough juice to make us fly through the roof. So that's the position that the market is in the moment. And yeah, Apple blasted off, and that kind of helped the market go through this new range high. But I think we are very easily going to pull back into these consolidation box ranges over here on the market, and keep looking for buyers in these areas. And if those buyers fail to show up, we can easily pull right back on the market as the tonality on the market, or at least the FOMC committee, the tonality was a little dovish, right? But today's inflation data actually looked better. Wholesale prices are going down. I think those were the numbers that we saw. Wholesale prices were going down. It looks like inflation might be heading in the right direction. So that's going to be better for interest rates overall at the end of the day, which means it's going to be better for the market. So we'll see what happens. I'm a little unsure if I want to be thinking short on the market going into tomorrow, or I want to be thinking long going into the market tomorrow. I'll let the pre-market dictate to me how the action's setting up. I'll see if some of the stocks on the watch list over here give us a better trade instead of focusing on the market. But if the market has dictated a direction and has clearly given us a trend day, then we want to be active and ready to take advantage of it, because tomorrow is a Friday. It's not a third Friday, but it is a Friday. So let's see if we can take some advantage on the stock market tomorrow. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all she wrote for today's stream. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that follow if you're watching me on Twitter, hit that follow also if you're watching me on Twitch. And if you have a free Twitch Prime, throw it to your boy TraderPrad. I would appreciate a lot. If you're watching me on YouTube, you can become a free, not a free member, sorry. You can become a YouTube member to support your boy TraderPrad with his Zin addiction. So help me out with my Zin addiction. I appreciate that. And I would say you could help me buy me a coffee, but I don't really drink coffee. But you can help me with my Zin addiction by becoming a YouTube member. But hit that like, hit the subscribe. That's more than enough for me. That's all I really ask for. Check out my links also in my description though for my social media and my affiliate sponsors such as Benzinga, TraderSync, and Trade Ideas. Use code PRAD15 at checkout at TraderSync and at Trade Ideas. Thanks for hanging out with me for the past 51 minutes. Not a bad job. I didn't think that my watch list would last me an hour, but I pulled off an hour over here. I'll take it. But now, as Richard has been waiting for all day, it's time. It's time! Alright, no headphones today. Momo shitting on Tesla, obviously. I get it. Momo will always be shitting on Tesla. Black to move. What the hell do I do here? Okay, maybe I do need to put my headphones. Break it down. Break it down. Okay, I need to focus. I don't get it. I don't get it. What the hell am I supposed to do here? Can I get a hint? What am I supposed to do with this guy? Jesus Christ. Fuck that puzzle. Black to move. Do I just go here? On the base. On the base. What do I do now? Oh. That's right. That's right. I figured it out. May not be smart, but I'm working on it. Hey, yo, bro, what? What am I supposed to do here? Am I trying to protect him? He's protected. He's probably trying to take him. No, he just moved that. Oh, he's trying to take that. Oh, okay, okay. No? Uh-huh. Oh, I go for the queen transfer? That makes more sense. Go for the queen transfer. Makes more sense. Obviously. Duh, Prad. White to move. Duh. Black to move. This one's easy. Why? Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. White to move. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. My brother's home, and he said, play a good game, buddy. Stop losing, because I'm tired of watching you lose. And I feel like that's the same way how you guys feel on chat over here. So let me try to not do that. I'm gonna possibly be able to pull off my full London Open here. guy just offering me free pieces? Well, this is gonna be my easiest win. My easiest first win ever. What is this guy doing? Alright, one more game. One more game because that was just stupid. Ooh, okay. Okay. That's how you want to roll? Okay. Okay. That's how you want to roll? You sure about that? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Easy. Yeah, where's that? That was easy. I need a that was easy button, you know? Are you really planning to come down here? If you do, you're an absolute moron, dude. You're an absolute moron if you do that. Do I just eat his horse? I don't want to double up my fucking pawns though. Dumbass. Fuck am I going, boy? I should have probably just done this and threat him back, but nah, that's fine. This one should be easy too. I got this one in the bag too. I think. Horse to G5, then checkmate with queen. Ha, no, forget that. Oh, damn, okay. The question is, do I do this and threat this and this fork, or do I just take this? I think I do this, because then I have a three-way fork here. Technically three-way fork. Technical three-way fork, and if I ask for a queen trade, I have an easy queen trade. And if he takes this, I take him. If he takes this, I take him, or I take him either way. If he comes here, I take him. I think the queen was a better move there. And now if he moves this, I kill that. If he moves this, I kill this. And if he moves this to like... Yeah, he can't. He can't protect this. Unless he goes somewhere here. If he does this. Takes the queen down here, protects this somehow. Then I go for this, which is honestly better. Honestly better. Oh, he's stalling the game now. Awesome, GG. We won the game. He's stalling. Back-to-back wins, boys. We're gonna get back to 450. Oh my goodness. I'm an idiot. I should have probably done that first. I'm an idiot. That was stupid. Buddy, you don't pose any threat to me. I don't know what your plan is. The only threat to me that you pose is I don't understand what your game plan is. That's the only threat you pose to me. Do I ask for a trade? Okay, I got my winning song on. This is my song that fucking brings in all the right vibrations into my head top, and I win the game. Watch. Only if this guy doesn't stall the goddamn game here. You dirty bastard. I probably can't. Gonna be copyrighted. Smooth operator. Nah, no chance. YouTube fucking copyrights everything, man. I've been having too many issues with their bullshit. I bet even Rick Roll gets copyrighted. Which one do you want to lose more, my son? This or this? Which one would you like to lose more, my son? Did you like that gameplay there? I bet you did. I bet you didn't see that one coming. And the only thing you can do here is do that. Protect this guy. And guess what? I'm still gonna take your rook, buddy boy. Oh shit, okay, he's gonna do that. Fuck it. Thank you. I can't make my mind up, chat. Oh no, what am I doing? 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 Please don't recognize that. Please don't recognize that. I couldn't make my mind up and I ended up making the wrong move. I mean, either way, I was gonna make the move to here or to here, so it's gonna be the wrong move anyways. But I wasn't thinking long enough to what the move is gonna result into. Please don't recognize this move. Please don't recognize this move. Please don't recognize this move. Yeah, I know, but I don't want to be... I don't want to just be a rook and a knight against a rook. I did not want that. Alright, still winnable. I mean, he only has 2 minutes left. No way he wins this game. I win this game. I win two games on stream today. And... I got the party. Hey, like the party. Okay, what do you want to do here, buddy boy? You want to take that? You can come for that if you want. I don't care. But I'm just gonna go here and check the end of the game. GG. Yeah, buddy boy. GG. G. All I needed you to move your rook because your stupid ass had that same thing what most people do, which is block their king off in this corner. Now, I knew that I could have done the same thing, but I was thinking about moving my pawn. At one point, if you saw, I was thinking about moving my pawn. But I was like, okay, maybe I can not move my pawn and just get this structure ready over here where I can pull out the rook and then park my rook in his garage. You know what that means. Park my rook in his garage and get that win, baby. Get that win. Let's go, chat. 2 wins, 2 games. We're back to 450. We're at 451. That might be a record high new score for us. 451. Let's try not to give it up. I will see you guys Sunday, because today is actually the last stream of the week. Hold up, this song's goddamn loud. But it's really good though. That song's really good, but it's goddamn loud. Let me just turn it down a little bit. Also in my headphones. Tomorrow is Friday, so we usually don't stream on Friday or Saturday, my 2 days off. I will be back on Sunday, so come hang out with us on Sunday at 6 p.m. Monday to Thursday 8 p.m. Check out all my links, you know where they are. But have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. Have an even better trading session tomorrow to wrap up your week with. I think next week, Wednesday is a day off. Juneteenth, 19th, or is that Tuesday? I forget what day. Some day next week we have a day off, so that's a short week over there too. So possibly take a day off on there too. We'll talk about it then. But hey, enjoy your rest of your night and have a great trading session tomorrow. It's time for me to head out. I will see you guys next time. TraderPrad out. Ciao. Adios. I forgot to hit the button. There we go. Good night, guys.
TraderPrad, he's here. As a trader, trade like that every single day. Playbooks, monster moves on the QQQ, monster moves on Nvidia and other positions too, all across the board. Magnificent 7 also had a pretty good day on themselves today, so pretty good moves across the board. Or Tech Basket get destroyed. Get ready for trade off of. Get ready for the watch list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna bring in my big screen over here, back to another brand new week of After the After Hours with your host TraderPrad. I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. Might just be a risk on type of day, so let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow. As you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.